Hello, Imaginers. Thank you for tuning in live. Got a bunch of things to start with. But first, please let me know that if you can hear me, if you can see me, just use that live chat wherever you're watching from. Use that live chat and just say, yes, I can hear you and see you, or yes, yes, or thumbs up, whatever you want to do and say, just so I can make sure that you can hear me. Now, this is very important. As you can see on the screen, if you are watching on Facebook, in order for me to see your name, see exactly, I got a Facebook user, that is, I can't see your name, Facebook users. You need to connect Restream to Facebook in order for me to see your name. Click on, or go to that URL that you see up on the screen, chat.restream.io/FB, so that I can see your name in the comments. Now, we're doing something very different today than I normally do for the live streams for Imagen. And that is, I am actually live streaming to my own YouTube channel as well as the Imagen channels. So if you are brand new to Imagen, you've never heard of Imagen, you don't know what it's all about, I'm glad you're tuning in, and all of that stuff. So it's going well. I don't know who you are because it just says Facebook user. Please try to connect Restream so I can see your name pop up. Again, here is the link to connect Restream. While you guys are commenting and you're sharing where you're tuning in from, which I love seeing that, I'm going to get with some of this introduction stuff. So my name is Scott Weidenkivowitz. I am the content community manager here at Imagen. If we haven't met before, it's nice to meet you now. But my goal here is to help you get the most out of Imagen so you can spend less time worrying about the tedious post-production and get back to focusing on what you love. Now, I do want you to be involved. I want you to be able to ask questions. I want you to be able to reply to things that I might say, or whatever. Tell funny jokes, whatever it is. I want you to be involved. So please, again, connect Restream. That link's right there. If you're on Facebook watching, you need to connect Restream in order for me to see your name. Please also share where you're tuning in from. I love seeing where everybody's coming from, and it's actually extra special because I'm going to bring this up on screen while I'm talking about this right now. Is that you can see right here that in the Imagen app you can now select your language, and so we know that a lot of people, from a lot of Imagen users, are coming from various countries speaking these languages. So we, of course, decided to prioritize adding these languages to the app and the website now. So more languages are in the works. But in the meantime, if you speak Dutch, French, Spanish, or Japanese, or English, you can change the language in the app or on the Imagen website to suit your needs. And once you make the switch, everything in the app will change, and then you can do it on the website separate from that as well. So that is that's fun. Okay, so definitely share where you're tuning in from. Let's see, we got Destry from Pensacola, Florida, I'm assuming. Gary from the UK. Hey, Mitch. Thanks for watching. You're coming in from LinkedIn. That's awesome. Okay, so if you have any questions, if you have any demo requests, anything like that, just post in the comments, ask your question, ask for me to demo something. That's what this is all about. This is an office hour where I plan on getting through a lot of demo requests, getting through a lot of questions, and I also hope to get to some live edits. I have 2 pre-submitted live edits to do, so if we have time, I will get to that as well. Finally, if you are watching the replay or if a friend shared this with you, I'm so happy you are here, but it's a bummer you couldn't comment live. You know you're watching the replay because it will say I was live instead of I am live. If you are watching the replay, just comment with the word replay. All right, let's see what else we got here coming in right now. Demo requests. Nice. Robin from MS, is that Missouri? What's MS? Um, Vamsi from India. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Keep it all coming. I'm going to start with some pre-submitted questions that we had. Let me just bring this back up real quick, just so I can make sure I see names. Okay. Actually, before we get to pre-submitted questions, I'm going to start with some news. So, if you think that your profile needs an overall improvement on a specific Lightroom Classic parameter, you are in luck. We've started rolling out the ability to adjust your personal AI profile or talent AI profile by tweaking specific Lightroom parameters to your liking without the need to wait for a fine-tune update. Like I said, this feature is starting to roll out now. You probably do not have it in your account yet, but once you do, you will appreciate this new feature. What else? We got edit history. This is out. It's been out now actually for a couple weeks, but it is official. We just published the blog article about 5 minutes ago. You can now see your personal AI profile or talent AI profile used within your Lightroom history. If you edit your project more than once with a different profile, you can easily compare the different Imagen edits with the Lightroom edits in the history for each individual photo. So that is also very. Speaking of the edit again, we have improved the re-editing experience, so you can now see the previous profile used and the extra cost if you add any additional AI tools. So those are out. What is coming soon? We are adding an extra step to the project workflow to understand which type of photos you will be editing. This is to help us make the experience even more personalized and more accurate by confirming everything right out of the gate. So it'll be a tiny step within the workflow where you'll say this is a wedding, or this is a bar mitzvah, or this is a sports, or this is a headshot, whatever it is. You will choose what it is that you are submitting. And yeah, it's just going to help make the experience better in the long term. So expect to see that coming soon to the Imagen app. Oh, Mississippi. I have Missouri in my head because Shutterfest is coming up next week and it's in Missouri. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Get the questions coming in. That was the bit of live news of news I had to share. Get the questions coming in. But in the meantime, I am going to start with some questions now. All right. Let's see. Chantal asked, is it possible to change the AI profile after the images were edited and sent to Imagen? Sent to Lightroom. After the images were edited and sent to Lightroom. I used Imagen last night and totally clicked the wrong profile for my pictures. Yes. So we have what is called the Edit with Another Profile. Here's the app. Okay, so you get it. You send for edit. Let's see, edits are ready. So here's an example. I've got the edits that are ready in this project. They're ready to download to review. I can click here and hit edit with a different profile, and then I can choose a different profile, and you can see which was the last one used. You can choose a new one, a new talent profile, a new profile that was shared with you. You can add in a additional AI tool like crop or straighten, and you can hit edit again. And if you add crop or straighten, it'll actually tell you how much extra it was based on what you did previously. So, yes, that is how you can do exactly that. All right. Next question. Let's see. Lilo asked, can somebody tell me how you can transfer profiles you have created yourself to someone else? So we don't have the option to transfer a profile. We do have the option to share a profile. Make sure I'm still sharing. Okay, good. To share a profile, you go to AI profiles, find the profile that you want to share. You click on the three dots there, hit share, and then you type in the email address of the person you want to share with. It's as simple as that. They will get an email saying that the profile has been shared with them. If they don't already have an Imagen account, they will be prompted to create an Imagen account. And as soon as they have that account with that email address, they will then be that profile will be shared with them instantly. It's very, very simple. We've made it very painless for that to happen. Great question. Let's see, I got comments coming in. All right. Okay, so this is it's a long one. So after working yesterday, this is from Vamsy, throughout the day and uploading, I'm going to have to take this off screen in a second because it's a long one, and Restream doesn't show the full comment on screen, but if I hide it, I can see the full comment. So after working yesterday throughout the day and uploading the needed 7,000 pics for fine-tuning, the AI profile now shows I still have to upload 3,795 images more to fine-tune my AI profile. I am worried. I am afraid I don't have so many images to upload and send for fine-tune. Not sure if I can even upload any by the end of the year. So I'm worried if I can use my existing AI profile to edit, or if I should still see updated images in my style and upload them. So I can't. You'd have to contact customer success in order to see, because for more details, basically, I can't see during this live stream. I can't see your account to see, what you started with, how many images you needed for fine tuning, how many you uploaded to fine tune, and how many are left. I can't see that right now, so I can't really help on that front. But there's no reason why you can't use your profile while you're waiting for the for that fine tune to happen. You should keep using it, and you should keep uploading the final edits, because no matter what, because that over time, once you have enough and you push the fine tune, your profile will be updated. So definitely keep uploading, definitely keep using, and that way it just keeps getting smarter. Yes, the fine tune won't happen until you actually have enough to do the fine tune, but keep it going for sure. All right. Michelangelo, when will the culling platform be available for everybody? Well, culling is available already for every subscriber. Everybody who is in a pay-as-you-go plan, or everybody who is in an annual plan. You'll see that once you're in a pay-as-you-go or an annual plan, you will actually see that right here, introducing culling beta. Or if you go to projects and hit create new project, you will see cull and edit your photos, or edit, or just edit and skip to step 3. So you'll have both options here once you're in a subscription plan of some sort, pay-as-you-go or annual plan. And yeah, so it is available. It's not available to every single person, including trial users yet. I don't have a date of when it will be available for every single person, but soon. Okay, great question. Let's see. Okay, this is a good timing. Stacy asked, would like to know an easier way to adjust for a color shift overall in a talent AI profile. For instance, I mostly use clean and crisp, but Susan's color shift is always too saturated in the reds. This is, by the way, Stacy's perspective. Not everybody agrees, so it's all a matter of, it's objective, right? Sometimes I adjust the hue, and sometimes I adjust the saturation, but every time it is different. Is there a way to create my own profile from the catalogs once I have fine-tuned a talent profile to fit my style? So this is exactly where our profile adjustment feature will become handy. Once you get this feature, you will be able to dig into every part of that develop tab, the develop module, but inside the Imagen app, and actually say either relative or fixed value for different aspects of the edit and the different parameters. You'll be able to specify what you want it to do every single time, even for a talent AI profile. So that is coming soon. We know that a lot of customers, a lot of Imaginers have wanted to be able to fine-tune a talent AI profile. Of course, that would not make so much sense as the talent controls that, but we do want you to have some control. So that is why we have created the profile adjustment feature that you will have soon. All right, let's see if there's any questions or comments. Facebook user, can you give suggestions of why you might want to make different personal AI profiles? Sure. Let's say you are a wedding photographer who does you have a certain approach to the way you shoot weddings. And you've created this beautiful profile that's been working perfect for you all this time, and it works great. But off season, when you are not doing weddings, let's say the winter months where it's too cold to do outside weddings and things like that, you are taking on corporate events, or you're taking on headshots, things like that are more studio based, or maybe that are guaranteed indoors but have trickier lighting conditions than a wedding might have, or something like that, right? So your editing style and your shooting style is going to be different for that than it would be a wedding, potentially. So in that case, you might want to do a different personal AI profile, because let's say a headshot, you're controlling 100% of the light, unless it's outdoor headshots. But then again, in this example, it doesn't make sense. And you need to make sure that your profile is smart enough to understand that scenario 100%. So that is one example why you might want to do it. Or another one might be, there's a photographer that I spoke with, Ashley Jean, whose podcast episode goes live on April 1st, so definitely tune into that. She's a personal brand photographer, but she also does other type of photography here and there, but she's mainly a personal brand photographer. And she has her approach for how she shoots and edits personal brand photography, but that off-case scenario where she might do a wedding or a family or whatever it is, it might be different. Her editing style could be quite different for that. So it's another good example. Or let's say you're a wedding photographer who you offer Michael Anthony, for example, one of our Talent AI profiles, California Dreaming. He offers multiple shooting and editing styles for different clients, because some of his clients prefer the darker style, and some of them want this black and white blurry style, and some of them want this light and airy style, or whatever it is. So he has different profiles for the different situations, so that he can offer all of that to his clients and have minimal post-production work no matter what the scenario is. So whoever you are, Facebook user, I hope that answered your question in various different ways. Okay, I want to now share some edits. So I'm going to pull up. These are some edits that some Imaginers have shared in the community. So this is Benny. Benny is, you're very welcome, Facebook user. Again, I have no idea who you are. Benny shared this in the community. Such beautiful work. Look at the consistency in the suit. The colors look fantastic. The greens look really sort of minty. I love it. I'm a big fan of that kind of green tones. He says, I love that when I post a sneak peek from the last weekend's wedding, I already had the entire full gallery edited and ready to deliver to the client. The grid will show you how it handles a different situation based on your profile. So thank you, Benny, for sharing. Beautiful, beautiful photos. That came out so good. Ashley Ray. You have seen Ashley posting a lot lately in the community. So Ashley has historically used the Good Light presets. You can see here Pack 4 M5. I'm not exactly sure what Pack 4 M5 means. I've never used Good Light presets historically, but again, I love the minty greens. And Ashley basically created a profile that is automating her workflow in Lightroom, using her Good Light presets, and then applying whatever edits that Imagen thinks are needed, exposure, contrast wise, and all that stuff, to ensure accuracy and consistency. So she says, I melt. Another peak gallery heading out. No additional adjustments on this one. Straight AI edits using my profile. So it's a good example of an Imagen personal AI profile created basically learning how Ashley uses a preset pack that she purchased however long ago to edit her photos. So fantastic. Thank you, Ashley, for sharing that. Here is Greg Ross. A few images shared from my first Imagen edit. These are the actual edits and untouched by me. I expect to have a few minor edits for the entire gallery, but nothing major. Super pleased with how they turned out the first time. Look how gorgeous. I love it. Great maternity shoot. I love the beach vibes. So good. Two more. VJ. Thank you very much, Team Imagen. I cannot express my gratitude towards your service. See the original result side by side. One is my original edit, and one another by Imagen. As Scott mentioned in one of his videos, I added around 5,900 images to the profile, and the result is in front of you. I can say it's almost 90%, 95% of what we edit, and in time, we will easily achieve 100%. Thanks again. So, I mean, that's gorgeous. Look at that. I love that backlight. And the edit, you can see that it just brought out the dress, the green. You would think like green on green because you got all the greenery behind, and still, it's very earthy. So really, really, really nice. Oop. Okay, and the last one I want to share today from Danielle. I've used my Imagen profile in the last couple of weddings, and the consistency is awesome and has saved me so much time. Fantastic. Again, I love earthy. It's like the earthy demos, a lot, edits today. Very earthy. That's Facebook losing my internet connection. Love this. The whites are nice and they're creamy. Skin tones look really good. I love that. I love the fairy lights, whatever, in the background of the tree. First look, so good. Question. Everybody who's watching the live stream right now, would you have removed in the US, we call it a hose bib. You might call it a spigot, whatever, for the hose. Would you have photoshopped or done a content-aware cloning or removal in Lightroom for that after the fact? Nothing against Danielle, because everybody, has their own process, and this may not even be finished, but I'm wondering if you would have removed it. Just comment yes or no if you would have removed the hose connection here on the wall. Let's see what we got. Yes. Yes, would have removed. Awesome. Keep them coming. I love this. So this is interesting because if you look, these are dark, but they're not super dark, right? And then the inside, it's still dark, but the colors are still very consistent. For me, maybe a little bit brighter of, bumping. You can see the strobe is firing. I would have pumped up the power a little bit more, maybe, to get some more bounce, just to brighten up a little more. Charlotte said yes. Awesome. Oh, I love this one. That's so good. So good. So I love to share what I would have done a lot of the times. And here, I would have probably taken something out of Fur's playbook, or Sam Hurd's playbook, or Magic's playbook, and I would have taken this feather and used it and shot through it. Oh, everybody's saying they would have removed it. Thank you all for sharing. Everybody's basically saying they would have removed the hose bib or spigot or whatever you want to call it from the wall here. So awesome. Danielle, if you happen to watch this, just food for thought for the future. But fantastic photos. I love this. This dude's got some really cool tattoos. Beautiful couple. All right. Let's see. Any questions that anybody has for me? Any demo requests? Otherwise, I can get back to the pre-submitted questions if there's nothing else. But I would love to be able to answer some questions, some more live questions for you guys and gals, if we have any. So please get some in, and let me just check on other things real quick. And if there's nothing else, I'm gonna move into some live edits that were pre-submitted, and we'll been a while since I've done that. Let me pull it up. Okay, so I have 2 live edits. Please do get your questions in. Oh, I see maybe a question. Great question. Jennifer, are you going to add more profiles? So we are always looking for more talent AI profiles to add to the options. And if you have any suggestions of somebody you would love to see, that if you love their editing style and their shooting style, and you would love to see them as a talent, then please share it with us. We actually have a page on our website that I can pull up for you. Give me 1 second. Okay. So if you go to our knowledge base and you type in the word talent and go to what are talent AI profiles, and you scroll down, here's a link where you can share with us any talent AI profile, any photographer that you would love to see as a talent AI profile. And it's you just name a photographer, link to their Instagram, and explain why you like this photographer's editing style. That's it. Whether it may happen, I can't say for sure, but just, something to consider if you are looking for a specific person. Okay. I shoot a lot in RAW. Is there anything in AI for that? So Imagen works with both RAW photos and JPEG photos. It doesn't matter which you do. However, as far as the talent pool goes, like the talent AI profiles, most of them are RAW based. Most of them will only work with RAW. 2 of them will work with JPEG. They're both by the same photographer named Rocio Vega, and they are Momenticos and Momenticos JPEG. Actually, are the live edits? Okay, neither of the live edits that I'm going to be doing in a minute are from those, but I can show you what those look like right now. Let's bring it up again. So on the website, here we go. So you can see they're all labeled whether they're RAW or JPEG. If we scroll down a little bit, you'll see here's JPEG, Rocio Vega Momenticos black and white. If we go into the color one, you can see before afters, and if you keep scrolling, you'll see a portfolio of her work. So I find I don't shoot JPEG ever, but I find that for JPEG edits, they're fantastic, highly saturated, really really beautiful, and everything else is RAW. So yes, talent-wise, we have a whole lot for RAW, and of course, you can make your own personal AI profile that is RAW or JPEG, whatever you would like to do. Okay, I'm going to get into now some live edits. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk through how to edit with Imagen and show you some pre-submitted edits that people would like. So I'm going to go to projects, and I'm going to create a new project, and we're going to do Antonio submitted a bunch of RAW photos that he would like to see. So this is Antonio live edit, and he actually wants it with clean and crisp. So we're going to do clean and crisp, and let's go here. Actually, it's a folder. Here's Antonio, 5 different photos, and we're going to hit upload. I'm not doing crop or straighten or subject mask, and I'm going to start another project that Dave, excuse me. Let me just get a quick sip of water. I'm dropping things. All right. I'm going to let that stay down there. So we're going to do another one where Dave, live edits, wants body language. Oh, I don't have it active. Hold on. That's why it's not showing. 1 second. Body language. Here it is. Okay. Create a new project. Go back to here. And I'm going to call it Dave live edits. Now, body language. And we're going to choose Dave. Again, I'm not going to crop, straighten, or subject mask. And we're going to hit upload. And then we're going to wait. Antonio's already uploaded. Oh, look, Antonio's is done already. So I'm going to hit download to review. You can see how fast that went. I am not showing my screen right now. Why didn't anybody tell me that? That's so funny. Nobody told me anything. Okay, so I'm going to download. Now the comment came in. Screen is not showing. Thank you. So Antonio's are ready. I've already downloaded Antonio's to review. And then as soon as Dave's is done, we will... Oh, Dave's is done. So continue. We're going to download Dave's edits. All right. Now I'm going to open Lightroom. And let me switch this to Lightroom as it opens. All right. Why is that not showing? What's going on, Restream? Let me hide that. Weird. Okay, I'm going to show the whole screen since if I just share Lightroom, it wasn't showing. Okay, so here is Antonio's. This was with Clean and Crisp. So this was, I'm going to show the before afters. So here was the original and the after of Antonio's raw photos that he sent. Now, for me, what I would probably do is I probably would have done a subject mask to brighten them up just a little bit. But otherwise, I mean, look at the colors. The exposure was great otherwise. So I did a great job on that one. So again, I did not have crop or straighten turned on. But if we did, it probably would have straightened this out. It would have caught this line here and would have straightened the image completely. But this looks perfect. I probably would do nothing to this one. Again, this one I'd probably brighten up a little bit more, but otherwise it looks really good. I think the photo might be a little blurry. It's high ISO and a little blurry, yeah. So focus wasn't tack sharp on this one. Actually, it might have even been. Let's see something. It might have been just a longer exposure. I don't know. It looks like I can't read it. It's font's very small right now. 1/60th of a second. So it should have been okay, actually. Let's go back to here. This one looks good. Maybe a little bit brighter. I mean, the background's, completely black. So I probably would have brought up the shadows just a little bit here. This looks good. Again, I don't think it's perfectly sharp. High ISO kind of sometimes. Yeah, it's not like this should have been sharper. So unfortunately, it's not the sharpest. But edit-wise, I love how this rim light looks. This backlight looks really good. Okay, so for example, on this one, for me, I probably would just bring up the shadows. What I would do is I'd actually go into here and I would probably just take the background so that it's only the background. And let's hide that. And I'd probably just bump it up a little bit more. Yeah, to me, that's way better than what it was with just Clean and Crisp. Like, it goes to show you, though, like, it's all a matter of subjective of what you like the best. But Clean and Crisp did a really good job of overall just keeping a nice, consistent edit. And, like, their skin tones are pretty much, perfectly accurate across the board. The colors look really good. And yeah, so there's that one. And then we got Dave Bailey, who he asked for a body language. So let's go to the before and afters. Here's the before. You can see it's underexposed. It was basically exposed for the rings to make sure there was nothing blown out. And I actually think, let's see. You can see it's only slightly blown out with the edit. So it might be that it's just a matter of bringing that back down. Bring those whites back down there. Just a little bit. That's probably a little bit, just a little bit of blown out at that point. So that's what I would do there. Actually, let's hide the washed out parts now. Okay. This one looks great. Yeah, maybe I'd want a little more sky, but it may not be possible based on what was, the data that's in this digital file, in the raw file. The dynamic range may not allow for bringing the sky back. So that's definitely a test, like to see if I was to, let's see, I think I could do sky. Can I do sky now? Actually, let's do, yeah. Okay. Select the sky, and let's see what kind of data is Okay, so we got a little bit more there. So that's all I would probably do is just to bring that back a little bit so it's not fully washed out, so that it still has something going on, in the background. All right. Probably the same thing. I'd probably bring it down a little bit in the sky just to bring back some, but I mean, she's perfectly exposed. Looks really good. The colors look fantastic. Let's see. Maybe I'd bring this one up a little bit on them, just a hair, maybe even just overall, little bit, just enough. Yeah, I think that's better. Oh, and this must have been a oh, there it goes. Okay. Nope, something's going on with this raw file. There's a corruption in this raw file. So don't know what happened to that. Not a big deal. Okay. So there we go. I'm back. Any questions for me? Thank you to Antonio and to Dave for submitting those. If you want to submit your raw files or JPEGs to be edited live in a live stream, you could do so with the link that you see right there. It's that bit.ly link that's up on the screen right now. So you could do that. If you have any questions for a future live stream, if you don't think you can make it, you can submit that right there. There's that link. If you are not already in the Imagen community, you can do so by using that link. For some reason the image isn't loading. Let's try this. There we go. Now the image is loading. So you could join the community just by scanning that code. If you're not already there, that will enable you to get right into our Facebook community. Okay, this is a great question. How much extra time? I don't know who you are, Facebook user, so I apologize. Oh, Ariel, you finish it with it. Thank you. How much extra time does adding subject selections to the processing time? So it definitely adds a good amount because the AI now needs to not only find the subject, which doesn't take much time, but it needs to then mask the subject, which does take some time. I would say, I don't know the exact number of it. I mean, if any of our developers on the Imagen team are tuning in and can share in a comment and let me know. But I would say it adds a good amount. Definitely an extra couple minutes to the editing process because that is a very heavy resource intensive thing. That's one of the advantages of being a cloud-based service is that all the resources that are required for things like that won't bog down your computer because it's all happening on our servers doing it for you. So, in my opinion, don't worry so much about the time it takes to select the subject and do the masking for you, but think about what you could be doing during that time while we are doing it for you. That is the actual benefit, more than anything, in my opinion, is that you don't have to worry about while that's happening. If it was local, while it was happening, all the subject select and edits, you would not be able to do anything because your computer would be chugging away, using all of your GPU to figure it all out. So yeah, that is. I don't have an exact number, but I would definitely say it's a couple extra minutes for sure to do the subject. And if you're doing like a full wedding, that's why we actually say, if you're going to do subject selection, to try to keep the project under 3,000, because if you're doing 3,000 photos with subject select, it's going to take a good amount of time for it to process for sure. Great question. Any other questions? Any comments? I will say that next week, we won't be live streaming next week because we will be at Shutterfest. So let me bring this up on the screen. We will be at Shutterfest, and our booth number is 34, I believe. You're very welcome. 36. Our booth number is 36. So we will be at Shutterfest in St. Louis, Missouri and it's a cool event. I've personally never been to one, but I hear great things about it. And right now, Christine is actually in the Netherlands at a what's it called? A Fearless event to benefit for the war in Ukraine, to help Ukraine. And yeah, so we got lots going on. So we won't be live streaming next week, but possibly the week after, or so on. We'll be back to live stream. Any final questions that you want to share? Let me bring this back up one more time. If you're not already in the community, please join the community. Just scan that code on your phone, pop in, answer the questions, and we'll get you into the community. And again, if you want to pre-submit a raw file to be edited live, just like I did with Dave's and Antonio's, then you can pre-submit using the link that you see up on the screen. And if you want to ask a question for the future, you could do so with the link on the screen as well. Got a question. Facebook user. So happy with my edits so far. Thank you for a great product. I'm glad that you're very happy. I am just a small cog in the wheel that runs Imagen, but glad that you're enjoying it. Is it better to edit the pictures and then let Imagen do it? Okay, Robin, great question. If you edit prior to Imagen, then Imagen is going to override all of your edits. So only do your edits after Imagen does its edits. That way, we are not overriding it. That way you can just finish them up. In fact, if you're using a personal AI profile, you can finish them up and then upload your final edits. Let me show you what I mean by that real quick. Window, Imagen. So, project, bring that up. So you can see here that this is one that's edited, it's been reviewed, I've made some final edits, and now I've got this upload final edits button. This button will only show when, that's the one right here, will only show, can I zoom in here? Let's see, hold on. No, I don't have that feature turned on, I should turn that on. The upload final edits button will only show when, actually, I should be able to, hold on a second. Oh, you can't see that. Okay, I was hoping you'd see that. Nope. The upload final edits button will only show when you are editing with a personal AI profile. If you are editing with a talent AI profile, then you will not be able to do any upload final edits. Sorry, I'm just trying to like figure out if I can show you this button perfectly, but it's not letting me. So I've got this app on my screen that's supposed to let me to do present, like with like annotating, sort of like when you're watching a sportscaster and like you can draw on the screen. If I'm sharing just the window, let me show you in a second. Here, check this out. It's actually pretty cool. If I hide this, I bring it back up and show my entire screen. This should actually do it, but when I'm sharing just the app, there we go. That's what I was talking about. So I can annotate. So yeah. So you when it's a personal AI profile, you can do this upload final edits, and that will actually allow you to make the profile smarter, so you have to do less work afterwards. If you're using a talent AI profile, you won't have that option because those are not able to be fine-tuned. But yes. Okay. Great questions. Any final questions before we wrap up, before we say goodbye? If you're not in the community already, please definitely join. Yeah, I don't know. It's been fun. I love seeing all the comments. Yeah. Let's see if I can do one more thing. I'm gonna tell a joke before we leave, before we wrap this up. What does a photographer need to hang up his photos? What does a photographer need to hang up his photos? What does a photographer need to hang up his photos? Comment. What does a photographer need to hang up his photos? I will give the answer in a moment. What does a photographer need to hang up his photos? JPEGs. Where's the drum clip? Hold on a second. Where's the drum thing? Right. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, let's just do this. We'll go with some cricket noises for the cheesy photography dad joke. Thank you all for for tuning in. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm gonna just do this. There we go. I'll give myself a round of applause because I didn't get any others from that cheesy dad joke. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. And yeah, definitely get your questions in for the future. Submit your live edits for the future. And we'll see you in the next live stream. So, thanks.